Happy hour.
Welcome to the Still Dripping Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason. On the move tonight, we got Hayes Holla.
Yes, sir. Shrek and Donkey.
Back at it again. Episode
Feels like-
92.
What a good year. Feels like 12 years since we met.
It's been a while. It has been a while. If you haven't seen, see our faces a little bit, but and then jump back out of. Didn't go listen to our last episode. It was the Haven't You Heard episode. Super dope. We'll be cutting it up and putting it on Instagram in bits and pieces here and there. But I would go listen to the whole thing on YouTube. You can see some of the signs. He gave us a sneak peek before anybody else on the Jordan 12 silhouette. It's now posted to his Instagram, so you can go check that out at Haven't You Heard. He's taken the last probably few Christmas orders this next week. So Dan's ordered ornaments and something else. I think he ordered a Fire Red 3 maybe.
More importantly, this dude just seemed like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
He seems like a guy we'd hang out with on the weekend.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, super dope. Super dope. So go check that out. It's on anywhere you're listening to this right now. It's on there. Just go download the previous episode and check that out. Go look at the YouTube and see those cool designs that he has. He told us, Hayes, I don't know if you listened to the whole thing. He said that Jordan 12, it took him, I mean, obviously that's not his full-time job, but he worked on that silhouette for about a year.
No, I did not hear that part.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Whole year. He said one of the coolest things that I'm excited for is he wants to do the Kobe 6 Grinch with each little like scale thing.
Yeah.
It's raised up on the shoe. And that would be a lot of work. Yeah, he said that one wouldn't be the standard $85.
I would hope not.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, so go check him out. Go follow us and follow him. Follow us on Instagram at StillDrippingTN. We're pretty much Still Dripping TN everywhere. So check us out wherever. Send us an email at stilldrippingtn@gmail.com. Ask us a question.
Hit the
Tell
DMs.
us how much you hate our podcast on the YouTube comments below. And with that, I mean, how you been?
Let's start with
okay.
Well, first of all, you don't sound like you're feeling great. So congrats on flu game in it.
Yeah, not really flu game. It's just stuffy nose. When the weather flips back and forth, get a little
me too.
Stuffy, but yeah, I feel fine. No sore throat.
We're also
experiencing
a pretty bad storm here, and there's a little delay, Mason. So if I'm having issues hearing you, or if this messes up, it's because we're having a pretty bad storm here in Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
But you're delayed. It's like a few seconds. I'll do the best I can.
Gotcha. All righty. So, Hayes,
let's just get into this.
You just want to go into it?
Yeah, man.
This episode once again has been designed by Hayes, so the negativity brought to you by him. I tried to curb some negativity.
Wait a second. Let me explain. We've had all the Black Friday stuff and the hustle and bustle of Christmas and the Jordan 1 Lost and Found, which you hit, right? I think at least 3 of us
my sister-in-law hit in my size, so I got those in the closet.
Yeah. And I'm still trying to figure out, free shout out to Rooted. I'm trying to figure out where mine are. So we'll see. I'm holding my breath. Anyway. But there's like all that going on, but this week has been really quiet. Like since Black Friday, there's been a lot of news but a lot of crap, and I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun. Number one, just because it sounded fun in my brain, and number two, I just kept running into this theme over and over and over and over and over, and I just couldn't help it. So this is more. It is what's in the box, but I mean, this is a lot of. We're just
A
gonna have
lot
fun with
of
it. Let's just
yeah, a lot
go.
of negativity. All right,
Let's just
let's
set
just
it up.
jump in.
That's my shoe in the box.
And these are
All right.
totally my slides, right?
I edited them a little bit. They look a little
Okay.
better. They're like in between.
Okay.
So I'll let you take this. I know this was a sad moment for
Oh
you.
man. Okay. Man, look at you doctored this up. So the first place I ever consistently thrifted was Southern Thrift in Donaldson, and tomorrow is their last day. I went um no, today was the last day. I'm sorry. We went last night and it had already been pretty much picked over and everything was $2 and I left with a shirt for one of my kids, two shirts for one of my kids, and oddly enough, the last item I purchased there to potentially thrift was a vintage Duke shirt. So there's karma for you, biting me right in the A. But man, this is sad because it's like the first place I fell in love with. Once we really got into round two, this is the first place I started going. What did that been
Yeah.
for you? Was that Third World Goodwill?
Yeah. Probably. I mean, I hit Goodwills in high school, other Goodwills as well, but probably Third World Goodwill was like, oh, I could definitely make money
Yeah.
on a lot of this stuff. So, yeah, I mean,
I'm
it
having a
is
memory.
sad. This is this the only great Southern thrift, Donaldson?
No,
The one
no, no, no,
downtown
no.
isn't fabulous.
No, it's trash. Don't go to the one on Charlotte. The one on
Right.
Metroplex Harding is always solid. That's a good
Okay.
one. But that's what they're telling you here is please visit the other locations. I've only been to the Charlotte store twice, and man, it's in a crappy part of town, and
Crappy parking
it's
lot.
crappy parking lot, hard to get into, and then you get in there, it's cluttered, and it's not. It's just not.
It's not good.
You the Harding location is a much better experience.
Okay. Hmm.
But if I'm remembering right, I could probably go back and check DMs. The first thing I ever sold from thrifting was a ACG. It was probably 90s Nike jacket that I got my first time thrifting at the Donaldson Southern Thrift.
Wow.
And I got it for like $10 and thrifted it to a dude for like $80 off on Instagram. He's one of our followers. I can't remember the dude's name. I could probably figure it out.
I wonder if he's listening to this right now.
I think
Probably
it's a
not.
Lipscomb kid because Landon said that's how that happened. Is he saw
Ah,
it on the Instagram, and then he hit Landon, and Landon hit me, and then I met up with the guy.
very nice. Very nice.
Yep.
So he might actually be listening. We don't know.
Yeah, he might. But rest in peace. I like your little graphic over here. Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
laugh so you don't
That
cry.
is what
I like
you
that.
put in
That is what I
our
typed.
group. You typed that out. So going from one rest in peace to a little more somber rest in peace. I didn't really know who this was, but I'll let you do a little soliloquy for the Power
Dude,
Rangers.
are you serious? You didn't know who this was?
No, I didn't.
Was this before
Jason
your
David
time
Frank.
or after your time?
I
This is
watched
before your time.
Power Rangers, but I was little. I wasn't like obsessed with. Well, I guess I was. I was a Power Ranger for Halloween a couple times, but
Yeah. So come on, it's the White Ranger, it's the Green Ranger. I haven't heard anything about why he died, which probably means that he was about to uncover some crazy Hollywood stuff and they killed him.
you are one
But
for conspiracies. You're ridiculous.
but nonetheless, rest in peace to Jason David Frank. And I'm sure there's a Power Rangers collab out there somewhere that's got, White Ranger. He's also got good tattoos, man. This is like Japanese traditional. Anyway, let's keep moving on.
Yeah, now we can get into the negativity. This is where Hayes shines. So this was almost a what would Hayes say post right here.
Wait a second.
Golly.
Is there a way? Is there a way to take off? I should have done this better. But this is a good setup. If you look at the image on the left,
hold on. Let's tell the people who aren't on YouTube. if you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube, check out these pictures. We're
Yeah.
looking at the official images of the Air Jordan 1 Twist 2.0, which is
Yeah.
for intents and purposes, it's almost a shadow colorway. It's a little lighter
Gray
gray,
shadow.
but the same color blocking as a shadow. Air Jordan 1 High. The Wings logo is metallic, and then Hayes, what else is on this shoe?
Wait a second. But you look at it from a distance, or the picture that we're looking at on the left, and you're like, "Dang, those are dope." But then
Right.
upon further review, if you scroll in, a picture that we are looking at on the right, there's effing fur. They put fur on this
So
Jordan 1.
if you're thinking about a shadow,
Oh,
every part of the shoe that is black has fur on it, and it looks pretty coarse. It's I wouldn't say it's not as smooth as zebra fur. What kind of fur would you say that is, Hayes?
a dachshund,
Maybe a dachshund. I was
right?
thinking like a gerbil.
Okay.
If gerbils come in black, I'm not sure. I'm not too big on the vermin
I don't know,
game.
but why are they forcing this down our throats?
It's
Fur.
pretty bad.
I
Pretty
mean, but
awful.
I was so disappointed. I was like, "Oh man, that looks dope." And then I don't know if you look at the one on the left from a distance, it almost looks like the wings. Remember the wings, the 12 wings that you scratched
Yeah.
it. It kind of looked
Yeah.
like it'd scratch off, but you scroll in. Damn
This
it, it's fur.
this actually looks somewhat similar to your Coach K shoe that you made.
A little bit
A
that
little
you
bit.
made.
Yeah. You were the brains. I just did the grit.
But I'm just that is just
All right, from
okay.
one
This is the
bad
first
shoe
one.
to
This is the
another.
oh my gosh! Did you
We're
see
looking
this?
at the Air Jordan 1 Mid S Special Edition Craft, and there is about 42 different materials that make up this shoe. It honestly, craft is appropriately named. We've got patent leather around the toe box. It is a mid. You've got canvas around the ankle area. You've got suede underneath the swoosh. The swoosh looks, I don't even know,
They took a little off-white action
little
here.
off-white action. The heel is patent leather as well, with the little tab on the back.
Tumbled, like leather-ish,
Is
almost
like
fur.
maybe a suede, yeah, a little hairy suede, hairy leather.
Mhm.
And then the like toe cap is like denim.
Yeah.
I think that's right. So I don't
This
even
is
know how
this
many
is a
different things I just
hideous
went through, but
my caption at the top was, "Could there be a uglier Jordan?"
yeah,
Much like the mid. Just when you think it can't get any worse.
right.
And this wasn't, by the way, I was gonna confess, I sent my mids back. I didn't have the guts.
The
I didn't have the
whole
guts to
podcast
keep
is
them.
proud of you for
I sent my mids
staying
back.
true.
I stayed
But
true. I saved the money. But nonetheless, I saw these, I was like, this is terrible."
it's very bad, and it doesn't help that they took a Georgetown colorway for most of it, and then the patent leather on the toe box and the heel is just straight royal blue. Like how many?
Yeah.
It's like 50 shades of blue on this
It's
shoe.
so clashy. And then
Yeah,
I don't understand why
it's
what
cringeworthy.
it really throws it off with these, with not just the toe cap being the patent leather blue royal, but then that piece right above the eyelet that's the blue, like that throws it way off.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
it transitions to the gray. Like this is just so bad. I
Yeah.
can't believe Jordan put their name on this crap.
And then this, let's just move on. I don't even
Yeah,
want
this
to
is
go through it again.
anyway.
It is terrible.
But
This is
I
a
hope you're
horrible shoe.
picking up. I hope you're picking up the theme of this.
This
Of
is a little better.
That's not the box. This is a cool concept. Is what I want to.
Yeah.
This is a really cool concept. So what we're looking at is Adidas, a Reebok pump, and they've taken the lost and found idea, and
Oh,
so
it's
they
like the
look like they've
off-white
been.
Jordan 2 low.
Yeah, it looks like it's been
Like,
used. It looks like it's been stored in a box for 20
mhm.
years, and you pull it out, and it's got some yellowing, and they did the faded stuff up here on the collar. It's almost like a
Yep.
golden goose type, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what we're not
it's that
telling you,
lost and found, and then and then the Jordan 2 off-white
Yeah, that's a good way.
sole.
There's 3
And
colorways.
this is a Mason Margiela. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
This is a collab with Reebok. Hayes, do you want to tell what the price is on these?
So up in my since I'm reading it, I'll tell you. I said these Reeboks are cool in concept, but cost $1 billion. These shoes are $1,150.
That for a Reebok
Kith,
pump that looks like it's falling apart.
a stack. You can go get some off-white any
Yeah,
shoe. You can
almost
get
any off-white.
almost any shoe. You can get any shoe you want, or you can get these pumps for $1,150. Why?
Like if you okay, let's be honest. I think I would, but if you walked into Goodwill and saw these sitting on the shelf, not knowing that it was this collab, just looking at this shoe, would you buy it? You would think about it, but would you
Yeah,
buy
I'd
it?
buy it.
You would?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
if it's
think I
sitting on
would
a shelf at a
too.
Goodwill. If it's sitting
Just
on a
because
shelf
it's
at
a
a TJ
pump.
Maxx,
You wouldn't
but I'm
buy
not.
this for. You wouldn't pay $45 at a TJ Maxx for this. You'd be like, this is an off-brand
No, if
or
I
an
could flip
old
them,
decrepit Reebok.
if
I'm
I could
saying
flip
if it
them,
didn't have that name on it, though, you couldn't flip a Reebok pump that was decrepit like this, that was falling
no, you're
apart.
correct. You're right.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if many people would even buy these off the shelf if they were truly falling apart and look like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to spend anybody else's money. You can go. You can feel free to disagree with me, but this is a hard pass. I like the concept. The execution's okay, but I mean, come on, $1,150.
Well, I'll see your
Oh.
$1,150 and I'll raise you to $1,295. This is another one coming from Kith.
I love
And
these.
this, if
Describe
you're
these.
listening, this is the Kith Balmain BIT Puffy Lambskin Sock. That is a
It
freaking
is a
mouthful.
transformer.
It looks like an alien Batman slide.
Yes,
Um,
that's a good way to say
yeah,
it. But
that's
it's
probably
a
how I'd say it.
convertible,
Yeah, it's like a
right?
shape
So
up. It's
yep.
a convertible shape up.
So you got the sock that comes out of this slide that looks like a ripped off futuristic Yeezy slide in a way. But when you
Ish,
put
yeah.
when you put the two together and you go with the snow boot look, or the Michelin Man, turned his foot black for some reason, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah. The Michelin Man had
$1,295.
slides. Okay, is
$1,295.
lambskin just the name of it? Because this
I mean,
does
I'm
not
assuming
look
that's
like it.
made out of lambskin.
I guess, but doesn't this look like just a walking boot? Like how did that you got to have balance to wear these things.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. But I couldn't tell you what lambskin even feels like, but I got questions about this, much less the price tag.
Yeah.
So for 13, what do we say? So for 1445, you can get these two pairs of sneakers. 2,000, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
$2,300 or $2,445.
Yeah.
You can get a Reebok pump and a Kith Balmain IT Puffy Lambskin sock.
Or you
That's
can
a
like pay
mouthful.
2 house notes.
Or 2 house payments.
or just a pair of slides. That's
So stupid. And again, as we're getting ever so closer to a world of derelict with this as well. Knocking on the door.
This isn't nearly as bad as the next one is derelict mixed with the Grinch. This is the Nike Flea 1 and the Cactus Plant Flea Market collab. So I guess this is technically their own silhouette, but it looks like a dunk. It's forest
looks
green
like a
is
dunk?
the colorway.
He said it looks like a dunk. You guys listen. It looks like Mr. Grinch cut his scrotum off and sewed it on top of a dunk, I guess.
Yeah,
And
I would
then,
think that's a dunk.
man, I feel like it's been a few episodes since we got as phallic as I just did. But nonetheless, this looks like Mr. Grinch's scrotum. And it's got fur on it. Who would have thought? Fur. Jam it down our throats. We get
Yeah,
it.
this
You
is a
want us
bad
to
one.
wear fur.
This is really bad. It would complete a really good Grinch outfit though if you wore these. So that's all we need to say about this one.
Yep, move on. Oh my gosh.
Sahel Bimberry, New Balance, another New Balance collab. He's had New Balance and Croc, my two maybe least favorite brands. There's a lot of fur on this.
A lot of fur.
There's a carpet in, purple carpet on the New
Why
Balance
do
logo in.
I mean, seriously, that you I can't make this up.
This
It
is
is
like gotta be the worst 990 silhouette though, right? The
this is
V2.
bad. Yeah, this is
This
not
whole
good.
silhouette is not good.
But
And
it's even
990s I
worse.
feel like are fairly boring, but they're not bad. This
Yeah.
is a bad.
Very
This is
dad
bad.
shoe. Well,
Yeah.
even made worse by the fact that there's fur on it. Guys,
I like the color of the
why?
pink at least. Pink and purple go well together, but why
That
pink,
brown.
purple, and orange or brown, whatever that sole is, not good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
terrible.
don't know why you put these on here. We're going to the
Because it
next
was
one.
funny. Oh, and I love this one. Did
DJ
you see this?
Khaled, sneaker closet, Airbnb. You can win it for I think it's $11 a night. You can stay in there.
That was all?
Yeah, it was like a contest, or not a contest, but like a
Oh.
drawing or something. It's pretty dope. I mean, look at this place.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dope closet, but I don't know. I had several thoughts. I'm like, this is really bad, and maybe I'll purge. Maybe I'll not say what I want to say. Actually,
Yeah,
but
I deleted your comment on the slide because it was not appropriate.
what was my comment?
Something about getting molested.
Oh yeah, that was going to be. Would you rather? Never mind.
Yeah, no. DJ Khaled is a very upstanding citizen.
Is
He's
he?
a very good person.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
He's never been in negative news,
I mean, this would be
except for some bad colorways.
this would be cool to see his collection.
Yeah.
Weird to sleep in this closet. Like I don't.
Trapped in the
Well,
closet with DJ Khaled of the remix.
I can't get past the fact that you just be sleeping at like what kind of pathetic human being would you have to be to say, yeah, oh yeah, I'd really enjoy sleeping in DJ Khaled's closet. He puts these things on his
But,
feet.
okay.
He's a large man. Like his feet aren't gonna smell good.
He literally he's probably worn half of these pairs once and the other half none. So I don't think they're gonna smell. It probably smells like glue in there and leather. And also, it's not like you're in a normal closet. It's not your closet or my closet. This is literally bigger than my bedroom.
That's probably true. Would you rather sleep in his closet, his shoe closet, or Michael Jackson's shoe closet?
Michael Jackson. I think DJ Khaled. I'd rather go with DJ Khaled.
Rest in peace to Mike, but
I think the coolest part of this, like, okay, it's kind of weird that there's a bed. I think that's a Murphy bed. Would that fold up in there? Maybe.
yeah,
maybe
looks
not.
like it.
Could be a Murphy bed. But do you see this throne over here?
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
a
like
shoe
a shoe shine. Yeah.
That's what it is. There's another picture that I thought I put on here and I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I had this in my news as well.
Do you think part of the deal of making this happen is like you get to snuggle up next to him and sleep on his chest like a grizzly bear?
Best night of sleep of your life right there.
Nuzzle in the
I've
armpit of a grizzly bear.
I've got some real negative news that we can talk about. I'm sure you've heard about this. We'll get a little bit serious. And then we'll lighten it up with some negative and I added some positive news in here. So
okay.
The next one, we've all seen what Balenciaga's done in the past. It's very sickening. If you don't know, go Google it. I
Yeah,
don't know
let's
if you
not give
want to
it too
Google
much.
it. Um,
But here's the
Balenciaga.
issue. Go
Well, I'll
ahead.
just give a little background. Balenciaga made ads about in their ads. They had references to child pornography, child, um, just very
Endangerment.
disturbing. Like, yeah, child
Yeah.
endangerment, um, graphic, um, like
Sexual.
it was sexual and I think there was like essentially there was court documents on the page behind one of their products that it was staged on that was referencing a child pornography court case, which
Yeah.
super weird, um, awful, terrible things. There's different references to like child sacrifice, a lot of references to child sacrifice from artists, and then there's also them spelling Balenciaga with two A's, which would read into the Bible of Baal, which was a Old Testament idol that people had. I guess they sacrificed children to, and that's like a biblical reference. So it's going back to like satanic things, like we've talked about with Travis Scott. So extremely disturbing. Their I think it's their creative director is a very scary looking woman.
Hmm.
If that's and I think there's a lot of the satanic ties there. I think my biggest thing, and we'll get to the supreme part of this later, but the biggest thing is Kanye said one not really anti-Semitic thing, but if you want to say it was
He was
anti-Semitic, like
critical.
that's fine. I totally understand that you could classify it as hate speech, and it did inspire the wrong thing in some humans that were. It didn't change anybody's mind. I would say it strengthened some people's hate speech. But if you want to talk about that, where is everybody's outrage about this?
There
Because
we
I
go.
haven't
That's
really
my
heard
point.
it.
That's exactly my point. Is
Um,
it especially from the celebrities that care so much about these social issues, right?
yeah,
You if this was a um, LGBTQ thing, if this was a Jewish thing, if this was a you name it X other thing,
yeah,
people would be up in arms. But all of a sudden,
yeah,
it's oh, everybody's
yeah.
everybody's quiet. Is that not weird? Does that
Yeah,
not that doesn't pass the
it's
smell
terribly
test?
disturbing. It's especially disturbing to me for all the people who tell me on via in their Instagram story that Republicans are going to hell um and that Republicans don't care about black people and are racist and Kanye wore the MAGA hat and so all of us are the same in that aspect. Where there I haven't seen any of those people post about this.
Not one.
Um and so I get
And
it on
and
one hand.
and
It's
Kim
so
Kardashian,
egregious
I
to
didn't re
even have to call this out, but yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna read into I guess it's all their references, most of some of them are very egregious, but a lot of the references from Balenciaga you did have to read into 'em. And so maybe these obviously these people that we're talking about don't do their research because they wouldn't have been so upset with what Kanye said if they did do their research. But yeah, it's just where are you now? This
Yeah,
is
man.
extremely disturbing. And if I- to me, Christianity is not bipartisan. There's not a there's well in my opinion, don't come to me if you're going to say that Jesus was Democratic or Republican. Um,
Amen.
yeah, I don't want to hear that. But if if you are even trying to use that as a debate line, then where are you on this? Because it's pretty easy to see that this is satanic, and this is, I mean, and they're referencing Baal. Uh, I don't know. I'm done. I can talk in circles all day, but
We're on the exact same page, and I won't spend any much more time on it. I don't want to, we shouldn't give this any more attention. But
that's true.
like I just give you one idea too, just for if you're on Spotify, is one of the pictures in this Balenciaga ad is this little girl who's standing next to this teddy bear that's in like
Bondage.
bondage. It's the teddy bear is dressed in sexual bondage leather
Yeah.
things. It's messed up. It's messed up. But then
Yeah.
we'll briefly touch on, and now that we're saying all these things, it actually makes more sense that Supreme
Yeah.
would go this direction. When you
Agreed.
think about all the stuff that we've made fun of related to them over time, um, and I'm not a cancel culture guy, so I really am against that concept of society generally. But this is the kind of thing that makes me, I I'm going to second guess if I want to buy a Supreme anything, honestly. And
Yeah.
I'm not a Balenciaga person. I don't mess with that.
Right. That's what
I'm not their.
my wife and I were talking about this, and she told me a lot of the stuff about it. But yeah, I wasn't ever going to wear Balenciaga in the first place. So
Yeah,
that didn't bother me. But I have seen Supreme things I like. And this, yeah, it would make me think twice about putting something Supreme on
yeah.
or me buying something new Supreme. Um,
I have a
so
really dope Supreme Jesus hoodie. It's one of my favorite hoodies. It's got Jesus Christ and Mary all over it. I'm not Catholic, but it's a very Catholic vibe. So that's ironic, right?
right. Yeah.
Um, hey, I don't know
Whatever.
if the rain just got really, really bad here with
It did
lightning
here
and
as well.
crap. Okay, so we'll keep going as long as we can. Let's move on. That's too much time
Yeah.
on this. Oh, great
Here's
news! I was
some-
waiting. Oh! I just noticed something that's even more so than what I thought. So great news, people out there in Radio Land. Sean Witherspoon has a collab with LRG.
Lifted Research Group, that is.
Yeah, LRG. I'm sorry, it's not even just Witherspoon. It's round two is collabing with LRG, who none of us have heard of since 99, 2001.
Yeah, I don't think I had ever heard of this brand. Is it like a old school Old Navy?
Ish, but no. It's more like a Jinko or like hip hop
Oh,
Jinko.
okay.
This is, but when I look at this, listen, man, this is just a shade away from Skechers. This whole thing that we're looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, how the mighty have continued to fall is that now they're with LRG. I mean, I forgot that was even a thing, LRG.
Yeah, like I said, I had to look it up. So
Wow.
I don't know who
Where's
we're trying to
Landon?
reach here.
I don't know who we're trying to reach either. Who is wearing LRG anymore? I'm just not smart enough. All right, keep going.
Oh, let's see what's up next. Oh,
This is yours.
This was one of my favorite things. Did you read any of this New York
No,
Times article? So
I didn't
Shannon
even know he was
Abloh,
married.
he's married with 2 kids. He was very private in his family life. So she was never in the public. This is the first time she was interviewed. Shannon Abloh, the widow of Virgil, is kind of taking over. She has all of his plans. She said throughout this article, really cool article. I recommend go reading it on the New York Times. But she talks about how he has like 20 storage units all over the world with just designs. She said one of her nicknames for him was Squirrel, because he would just write something down on a piece of paper and shove it in a folder somewhere. Just like hiding nuts, just everywhere. And so I pulled out a few quotes there on here. So I think, what's it called? It's called Architecture, Nike and Virgil Abloh Securities. That's like the company they've made. She's the head of the company. They have a new, what would you call it? A new venture, I guess, a partnership that's called Architecture. and I think they have a year's worth of products already, like in the pipeline. So Off-White and Nike is not going away. And then the spokesperson for, I think it was Virgil Abloh Securities, which they reference as VA Securities, says they have a 50-year plan for all the Off-White stuff. Yeah. So she's kind of taken over. I don't know. I don't know how old his kids were. Their kids were. But yeah, really interesting read. Really cool. It was very long. But it's her first interview, and she's talking about just
So
everything.
is she a
Everything they've
designer?
got.
Did she do any of that stuff too, or she is
I
now
forget
just
what her
executing the plan?
I forget what her background was. Whether it was design or not. I don't remember really. But it's essentially most of his designs.
Okay.
And the first one of those that's coming out is his own shoe.
Okay.
And I have that one on the next. So he created his own silhouette. It's this one right here. It's pretty out there, pretty off-whitish.
Yeah, very off-white.
Yeah. So cool box. The tread lightly on the sole. This is called the Off-White Nike Air Terraforma, and it's a completely new shoe designed by Virgil. It looks like a hiking boot, and it's got all
It
the
looks
spikes.
like that Jordan 9 broccoli, beef and broccoli ish.
It does, yeah. The brown one does. That's funny. I have the Jordan 9s on right now.
Sick.
Yeah, it's just never changed out of them today. Yeah, the box is cool. It says safety deposit box on top, which it kind of feels like that's probably where a lot of his stuff is, like in safety deposit boxes. I don't know. But so cool shoe, cool interview. I would suggest go reading that. It's
Well,
a much
listen,
lighter, more positive note.
It's not a cool shoe. I like the interview though.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's cool details on a weird shoe.
It's like a golf shoe. It's like got golf spikes on it.
It's like
Or
a golf
track.
shoe. If you're going golfing in the mountains, this
Yeah,
is
like
the shoe
trekking
for
shoe.
you.
Yep.
All right, we've got official pictures of a shoe that we've talked about probably 10 times on the podcast by now. The Doritos Nike SB Dunk. This is way better than any mock-up that I saw.
Yeah, I didn't
This
realize
is really cool.
I didn't realize this was canvas either.
Yeah, it's like a burlap and canvas Nike Dunk. It's white and khaki and green. This
with
is
the
dope.
little whatever Doritos spilling on the side where the ankle is.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's like in the placement of where the pigeon would be.
Yeah.
On a pigeon dunk. So
I like the idea, like the story, and I like this. Like I can get down with
think
this.
Doritos has a pretty big following, or I guess it's like a cult-like following. I've never had it.
Well, I'll go try to get some tomorrow.
I think I'm gonna go get some. They have some at the Mexican restaurant behind our house, so I might stop there on the way home tomorrow.
Hey, we
pick some up.
Sneak preview. We're all hopefully going to be in town together in a few weeks from now, and we're hoping we can do like a last of the year holiday bash where it's all of us together.
Yeah,
and maybe we can get some Doritos. We'll get some our favorite things.
All right,
Doritos.
I think. Hey, I'm about to start making
Doritos.
some keychains. I'll make some keychains for the pod.
Oh, sweet! I'll give you some stickers finally. Then
I need some stickers, and I need you to drop off that Woodford. If you're not drinking it, did you already get rid of it?
I haven't touched it, and I couldn't tell you how long. Probably since you've been here.
Oh wow! All right, I have got. Well, we'll wait for outside the box for this last one. Anything else inside the box?
No. Yes, I'm. You're missing some. We need to look at the Run the Jewels.
I didn't have that one on there.
What? I sent you both of my things.
I know. I combined them, but that one left off.
Oh,
Run the Jewels. Talk about that one. The Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels is a hip-hop group with LP is the guy's name, and then Killer Mike from Atlanta, Outkast fame. They've. I would describe them as like a hip hop Rage Against the Machine is a good way of describing their music, I think. So they tend to get, political, anarchy-ish, I would say, in some ways. I like them generally, but they have a Nike shoe. They've got a Jordan 1. It's a OG. It's a high. It's pink. So, if you think of a shadow, but then you
Here it is
scroll
if you're
in
on
and
YouTube.
those beep put damn fur on the freaking shoe. Why do they do this to us? As if it couldn't get worse. It's hot pink already, so you're like, I don't know about that. And is this a mid, actually? Because the
It's
eyelet,
hard to
look at
tell.
the,
It looks like it. Yeah.
but they put fur on it. Ugh. If
This
you
is
look
a
from a distance, you're like, oh, it's not bad. And then you scroll in and it's the freaking fur that's on the other one we saw.
yeah. It's pretty ugly.
Ugh. I'm so frustrated. I mean, they
Yeah.
can't, they're jamming child porn down our throats. And now they're jamming fur on shoes down our throats over
Okay.
and over and over and over.
Oh, I think
Bad
that
correlation, but
calls it. I think we'll call it on that one.
that's
Any
what we call
other
it.
sneaker news?
No, there's really nothing. It's been a really depressing week related to sneakers.
Yeah, I agree.
Sucks. That's why I was angry, and you got the brunt of it. You guys all got the brunt of it.
I just have a question then. Only question I have is, what is the best shoe coming out this month? Or this month being December. The rest of this year. Do you have any?
I mean, I've been so distracted by the lost and found. Honestly, I haven't even looked at anything else. Have you?
I haven't looked at too much, but I know there's some coming out. So we've got the East Side Golf Low. It's the Jordan 12 Low, so that one's not very good. The Jordan 13 though, the UNC Soulfly 13, that'll be a pretty good one. That's coming out on the 2nd, I believe. Jordan, what do you think about the Cherry 11s?
I like them. I'd never wear them.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of those. I have 4 pairs of 11s, so I think I'm done.
Okay.
I think I'm done with 11s.
The lobsters, the Dunk Low lobster, the
Are those
concepts.
coming out?
Yep, that's in December.
Got some gray 9s. Some like they're gray with red. Cardinal 7s. That's pretty much it.
It almost feels like everybody's sitting on whatever they've got new to just break in for 2023.
So tell me, what would your number one be for that upcoming month? Concepts.
If you can hit that one, I'd say that's the main one.
My top 2, and you're gonna be like, what in the world? My top 2 is either the Jordan Retro 7, the Cardinal colorway coming out.
Okay.
Or, and I think this is the number 1, the Jordan 2 Chicago.
Oh,
I think that's the best shoe coming out.
Speaking
I know
of,
Jordan 2 is surprising, but that is probably one of the best colorways that you can get.
So speaking of, did you see that yesterday they announced that they're putting out a Jordan 2 Low UNC next year? And that
I saw that.
I'll be going for those. If I'm going to have a pair of 2s, it's going to be those.
Okay.
It's going to be those are the brown ones that came out. What was that collab? The brown?
Oh yeah, was it 218? I think it was.
Is that what they were?
I think it's called 218. 2 is spelled out, and then 18.
Yeah.
I believe it's either a Detroit or Toronto based collab.
No, whatever
store,
that was.
I guess. Yeah. So all right, there's your sneaker news. This week that was pretty long-winded, but we'll jump outside the box, and I've got one outside the box for you. I've got a few.
Do it.
So, World Cup is on. I'll get to that question later. First, I've got a question for you. Have you seen the NBA City Edition jerseys?
I have.
All right, I'm gonna pull them up on here. What's your favorite? Have we gone through these? I don't think we've gone through
No,
just the City
just the
Edition.
cities. Well, I see one that
Do you know which one
now
I'm talking about then?
I see one that as I see it on a jersey, I'm like, oh, why? That should have gone through a filter.
Yeah, maybe this one.
Yes.
So we're looking at the
Oh,
Charlotte Hornets City Edition jerseys, and yeah, I agree. You thought Cream City was bad on a jersey. We have apparently this is the I would not have gotten this, and I don't think the average person would either. This is the Charlotte airport code.
like BNA is Nashville. Okay.
Like BNA is Nashville. There is another Portland. The Portland jersey is actually really cool, and theirs is PDX, so that's their airport code. But if you don't know and you're listening to this, the airport code for Charlotte is CLT, and that is emblazoned in gold, very large, right on the front of their chest. So I think you can add a letter in there and figure out what we're talking about. But yeah, who approved this? You could
Balenciaga
not.
did.
You could
That's
not
how this
even.
happened.
You
Dude, this
could
is
not
full
even
circle.
get this on a license plate. The
The Charlotte
DMV would reject this.
the Charlotte Hornets sponsored by Balenciaga. Go back to the jerseys. Go back to them.
This isn't at least this is not in the
Man,
vein
that
of
jumped out.
child pornography or child uh, dismemberment or whatever. But like it's funny. Don't get me wrong, but it seriously like yeah,
Yeah,
I was glad that
somebody
you
was
caught
not
that
thinking. That just
on
jumped
the
right out. I
yeah,
mean, you don't even
it
have to pay
does,
attention.
doesn't
It's
it?
just like bam. Oh wow.
It's unbelievable.
But like take that. I don't like that one anyway. I
Yeah,
the Hawks is really classy. Like the Hawks is really cool. I like the
yeah.
script on the Atlanta.
The peach
I I kind
color
of like this fading ombre kind of the Warriors. That's
with
not
the
bad.
rose on it.
Is that a rose?
I think so.
Oh, my bad. I couldn't tell what that was. Well,
Tucked
if it's
in,
a
you
rose,
can't
I don't
really
like that.
see it. It doesn't look very good, I don't think.
I mean, how is Chicago's any different than their normal one?
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely
And the
not.
Knicks
The
isn't.
Knicks is bad. Thank Ronnie for that one. He designed those. I think okay, let's go with the top 3.
I like Atlanta. I like Houston. Um, I like the Suns isn't bad, and I like the Spurs just because it represents that 90,
Mhm.
whatever
Spurs is cool.
95 All Star
96 All-Star game.
96.
My favorite 3, one I got to say the bad ones. Philadelphia, like how are you going to put the city of brotherly love all on a jersey? That's way too much.
Yeah,
It
looks
looks
a
like
lot.
happy birthday or something. Anyways, Miami's is terrible as well. But I love the Washington pink jerseys. I think that should
Yeah,
be their
those are
regular
dope.
jersey.
I like
That
them.
those are really dope. I like so we talked about Portland PDX is their airport. That stripe across is the carpet pattern in their airport. So like BNA always had like people recognize the
Yeah,
carpet. Well, Portland has the same thing, and that stripe is there's a design on the stripe of the carpet. So those are their carpet jerseys. And I think looking at them, Atlanta and probably Memphis are tied for me. I think the Memphis jerseys, like, does any other team across any major sport reflect like their uniforms reflect the city better than
yeah,
Memphis? It looks so cool. You've got the gold, just I don't know. Everything about the Memphis jersey in this picture is perfect for them.
yep.
So
Yeah, I don't have any qualms. I like the Kings also.
Yeah.
I think it looks classic.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so
Yeah,
that
but the
was
CLT, Raleigh, and that jumped out of there in 2 seconds. What the heck?
well, Hayes. I'm gonna let you talk on whatever you want. Give us the
Why?
things Hayes hates, and I'm gonna pull up for our next question. I gotta have a visual, so
Okay, I
or
hate
you
fur
can
on
you
shoes.
can do an ad if you want.
Oh, this week's episode is sponsored by Lunchables. Are you hungry and you want a little snack? It's only $1.99. It's a Ritz cracker and some cheese and a little piece of ham or turkey if you like. And to cleanse your palate,
Can you be a little more enthusiastic? This is
we
one of the
put
worst ad reads I've ever heard.
we put in a Butterfinger, a little fun size Butterfinger. Lunchables. You've never had anything like it. Your lunch will never be the same. And have one for dinner if you need to. We've got pizza. And it's really like charcuterie before it was fun, before it was for adults. Lunchables. You've never had anything like it.
Perfect. All
I've
right.
never done anything like that. That was totally freestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could gather that, unfortunately.
All
Well,
right.
hey, if you want to sponsor this podcast, please, we will get a lot better at our ad reads if you sponsor our podcast today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Still having to pull up. Sorry, bad podcast, bad
Bad radio.
podcasting, bad radio.
It's still storming really bad here too. I'm really shocked we've gotten to do the whole thing.
I know. Got
And
that
hey,
good
man,
internet.
we'd had some stretch where all 4 of us or 3 of us were on here, and I'm missing the other guys. And I
Yeah.
hadn't heard from them. Hope they're okay.
Yeah, I haven't either. All right. You got any suggestions for a top 5?
I have a top. I think what we should do next week is top 5 sneakers of the year. Top 10. So it's
Top
going to
10
cost.
sneakers of
You're
the
going to
year.
have to do. You got to do your own research. Everybody's got to do their research. Give
Okay.
us, and listeners, tell us your favorites of the year. But for this week, top 5. Man, I don't know, man. I'm drawing a blank. Do you have anything fun?
We could go with top 5.
What was, oh no, here. You were in Disneyland last week. What was your top 5 things from Disneyland?
Top 5 things from Disneyland. Okay. Well, that was mainly centered around my son and what he loved to do.
Ain't
So
nothing
I'd
wrong with that.
say, yeah, the top 5 things. The magic got to be number 1. Everybody's so happy at Disney. I just want to know how do you obviously, okay, we start from the beginning. What would you pay a parking lot attendee? He's making close to minimum wage, right? What does Disney do to make him so happy? He's sitting in a parking lot for 8 to 10 hours a day, and he's just happy as can be. Makes your day when you walk in the parking garage. That is amazing to me.
I think it's similar to Chick-fil-A, where they hire very intentionally and people that have extreme ownership of it, and they've bought in. And in the environment I'm in, that's called self-employed mentality. But it takes hiring the right person that's going to own it and they understand that what they're doing is way bigger than themselves.
Yeah. So with that said, on my next library book list is the former and new CEO of Disney. So just to read about how they do what they do. It's pretty incredible. I know they've lost some revenue on different stuff, but not worried about that. It's just whenever you go to Disney World, everybody's happy there. Happiest place on earth. So that's number one. Number two, the way your children light up when they see Disney World. That was pretty awesome. Elliot, I mean, he's 2, so he doesn't know like all of it. We tried to watch as many movies as we could. When we went to Toy Story Land, that was in the top 5. He was beside himself looking at a 20-foot Woody statue and Buzz and Jesse all around. And we went on a few rides that he could go on. So that was really cool. I think Hollywood Studios in general was pretty awesome. They have a Star Wars ride, and I don't even know the name of it, but it was the most detailed ride that I've ever been on. It was, I don't really watch Star Wars. Like, I haven't watched any of the new things that have come out at all. And this ride was incredible. So, if you're in Star Wars Land, it's the first ride on your left. If somebody knows what that ride is called, you can comment on this video because I don't know what it's called. But it was really awesome. Are you a Star Wars fan, Hayes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big Star Wars guy. Okay. Yeah, so
You didn't-
I didn't know that.
I'm into all kinds of that sci-fi stuff, low key.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, like I love all that stuff.
Lord of the Rings was the only thing that I was huge on growing up. I loved Lord of the Rings. I have not started the new Amazon series, but
It's good.
we'll get to that eventually.
Ring of Fire.
Anyways, Animal Kingdom, I think most underrated park. Very cool. I think most people would rate that as the least favorite park. We love it. We go to the zoo all the time here, so just like seeing animals and stuff like that anyways. But Animal Kingdom, you can do a safari. You can do we didn't get to do the coolest ride, which is the Avatar ride. There was a 210-minute wait. 210-minute wait. So yeah, that one was out. And especially with Elliot, who couldn't even ride on the ride, it wasn't worth it. We were there the day we went to Animal Kingdom. We did not have any family with us, so it was just us. And Haley and I were like, we're just going to do whatever Elliot wants to do. So we did the safari. We did the Lion King show. Really dope. And that's about it. So I don't know how many things I just mentioned from Disney, but all of them were very
You
dope.
sold it. No, that's dope. That's a good commercial.
So,
Disney, you could sponsor us. You can sponsor this podcast. I
Yep.
won't ever say anything about anything else ever again.
all right, it won't let me import my slides, so I'm just going to hold this up for you. If you're looking online, you can look at my screen, or if you're just listening to this, you can pull up the World Cup groups. So the World Cup's on. USA made it to the round of 16. But Hayes, my question for the week is going to be, if you had to pick one of these groups, and these are the only 4 countries that you could travel to for the rest of your life, which 4 are you going with? Can you see that well?
Yeah. Florida's not in here. Gonna grow. Look, man, I'm
Money
the
is not
sake
an
of this-
issue.
at the sake of this. So I couldn't come to the U.S. ever again if I'm.
No, you can live here. You just can't go.
You just have to be in one of these 4 at all, other than the U.S.
Out of the. You can only go. Uh-oh.
We're getting
Did
stormy.
you get those?
Yep. I think I'm gonna
Yep.
go Group C.
Group C. So Hayes goes with Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland.
Oh, I
Is that
didn't
right?
see Poland on there.
Yeah, you
But
can go to
Argentina, I've
Poland.
always wanted to go to Argentina, and then Mexico is awesome, and it's close to the U.S. Geographically, it makes sense. Poland, couldn't tell you where that is. And then what was the other one? Saudi Arabia. Never mind. That sucks. Like, give me another one. Let me look at it.
I'll go ahead and tell mine. Mine
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
between Group E and Group F. So Group E, you've got Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. I feel like Japan would
Okay.
be super dope to go to. Germany would be cool. You can go Oktoberfest. You can go whenever. Spain, obviously, Spain would be awesome. And Costa Rica, go to the beaches in Costa Rica. Group F is Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. I think Morocco is like a really tiny but extremely rich country, right?
I don't know. Let me see the rest of them.
Oh, comment below on this video to tell us what group that you would go with.
Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. That one's dope. Portugal,
good one.
China, Uruguay, and Korean Republic. And this French, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. Where's Tunisia?
Tunisia? I have no idea where that is. The group, there was one that I was looking at.
If Australia wasn't so locked down still with COVID and
Yeah, that Group D, you would get a lot of different continents. Well, I guess Denmark and France, same continent.
I'll take you know what? I'm taking it back. I'm going with one with Cameroon on it.
Cameroon, Switzerland, Serbia, and Brazil.
Yeah, I'm doing that
That's
one.
a good one. So the other one that I was looking at, and I don't think I would want this one, but you would hit the most continents, would be Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and the Korean Republic.
Okay, yeah.
So you'd hit 4 different continents.
This is not where I thought you were going with this question, because I bet I can name 5 soccer players ever.
5
I thought you
soccer
were going to
players
ask,
ever.
like, who do you think's the best player in the? And I'm like, I don't know at
Yeah.
all.
I could, outside of the U.S. team, because I've watched them for this 1 week. Outside of our team, I could probably name
Ronaldo,
4 soccer
Messi,
players.
Neymar.
Ooh, Kylian Mbappe.
I
That's
couldn't
4.
tell you what it is. Ronaldinho, isn't that a Brazil guy?
I think he's retired.
Oh, is he? That doesn't count.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Nope.
He's one. I don't even know if I said that right.
I could name 3 soccer players. That's how the extent of my knowledge. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not impressive.
I'm
I don't
sure
care.
if my life depended on it, I think I could get about 10, maybe.
Wow, that's impressive.
Right. I don't know. That my life would be hanging in the balance for sure.
Wow. I got 3.
All right. Do we have any other
man,
questions? Any other?
We lasted an hour. We did it.
We got here.
I don't know how we did this. It's 10:47. It's stormed. It's lightninged the whole time we've done this.
Yep.
You've been delayed. I'm sorry if I've spoken over you at all. Let's just get
Nope.
that.
I have one last final question. It's almost December. We're past Thanksgiving. For you and your family, when is the earliest you can put up a Christmas tree or Christmas decorations?
The day, either on Thanksgiving Day or the day after.
That's your rule?
Yes.
We've gotten real lax on it. I used to be a stickler. But you know what? November 1st rolls around next year. Let's give November a week. November 8th, put up. I'm good with it. I'm folding. Haley's always been wanting to do it early. I'm ready to fold. I'm good.
Wow.
What
you can?
Look, if you want me to celebrate Thanksgiving more, then I need some Thanksgiving music.
I can make you some Thanksgiving music.
Some Thanksgiving decorations. Because I told my wife, she said, you know what? If you can find some good Thanksgiving decorations, we'll hold it off. And I said, you're right. I can't. And Christmas music is a music genre that is great and deserves to be played more than 1/12 of the year.
I
So
hate Christmas music.
I think at least 1/9 of the year, maybe 1/6 of the year, we should be playing Christmas music. So
So,
there you
not
go.
to make this a self plug or self promotion, but do you know I make Christmas music because I hate it? Did you know that about me?
No.
I'll send you some.
Okay, well, we can play it on our next episode.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yikes.
Usually
Okay.
it's right on the verge of being inappropriate, and I
That's
really just
very
do it
surprising
to
coming
make,
from you.
to make my family laugh. I'll send you some stuff.
All right. Well,
All right.
thank you for listening to the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. This has been a very fun time. Very, we tried to add some positivity into your life and some knowledge into your life. And
Some good laughs. We shared some laughs.
we shared some laughs today. Remember, go to YouTube, hit subscribe. We only have 11 subscribers. We have more viewers than that, but come on, people. 11?
Come on,
That
guys.
is
Come
so
on.
embarrassingly weak. I didn't even
We're
want to
trying to
say
get
it
to
on
the
this
bag.
podcast.
Oh, I'm so
We
embarrassed.
literally have like 960 hours. I don't even know. I haven't checked until we get paid on YouTube. So that's a lot. That's a lot of episodes that we have to do. Considering we're averaging about 10 minutes an episode so far, you guys are really sucking right now
Well, you guys eat
viewers.
crap.
Anyways, go follow us on
Don't tell your
Instagram at
What's up?
StillDrippinTN. Download on iTunes. Please leave us a review. I'm gonna go check the reviews. Hopefully, we got a new one sometime. And
Give us a
Hayes,
review and I'll give you a sticker.
I'll make you a freaking keychain. If you don't want a
Ooh.
keychain, just tell me what you want. I'll make you whatever you want. If you don't want it to be still dripping, I'll make something else.
Yeah,
Just tell
we're
us.
buying.
Give
We're
us a
worthy to
review.
buy your love.
We are not above much.
Mm-mm.
But Hayes, did you learn anything today?
I learned to don't associate yourself with things that are evil.
And with that, Hayes, we just lost Hayes. So I'll just second that. Don't associate yourself with things that are evil. Remember? Take your work seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. And I'm going to give Hayes about 5 seconds to pop back on here. The storms are brewing. You know what? I think we're just going to have to close it out without Hayes. Hayes, if you can hear me, feel free to rap. He's not coming back. Anyways, y'all have a good week. We'll see you next week. Peace.